This somber, haunting image of the ascetic Saint Francis typifies the work of one of Spain's most important Golden Age painters. As is characteristic, Zurbarán depicted the saint alone, in a dark, featureless space, and lit his humble, homespun monk's robe with dramatic, raking light that also catches on the upturned skull he holds as well as his left foot, which seems to stride into the viewer's space. Saint Francis was of particular significance to Spain's monastic communities, which were deeply impacted by the Counter-Reformation. This work was commissioned for Don Gaspar de Guzman, Count Duke of Olivares, who was a high-ranking nobleman, close advisor of King Philip IV, and ultimately Prime Minister of Spain, 1621 to 1643.
Frankie was a boy from a large family. He was one of 7 children, and his mother and father owned a business that was very successful. He was a young man in a rich family, and as he grew up, he lived a big, flashy life. But Frankie was also incredibly compassionate. His father owned a store, and one day his father had sent him out to sell some products. He was selling when a beggar came up asking for money. Frankie finished the deal and then left everything his father had sent him with and found that beggar. He emptied his pockets, giving the man everything he had, including the profit. His friends teased him, and his father was incredibly angry. When he went on a trip to the capital, he saw homeless and poor people begging, and since Frankie was a fairly strange kid, he just joined in with them. It changed his life. He decided from then on that he wanted to be poor too. Back home, he went to a little country church near town and had a vision to repair God's house. He thought, well, I can work on this little church, sure. He went and got some things from his father's store and sold them to make money for that little church. His father was angry. He and his father ended up in court, and in front of everyone, he said that he wanted nothing to do with his father and gave up his entire inheritance. In fact, he realized
Francisco de Zurbarán, a major painter of the Spanish Baroque who is especially noted for religious subjects. His work is characterized by Caravagesque naturalism and tenebrism, the latter a style in which most forms are depicted in shadow but a few are dramatically lighted.